Just another day of 5,000-year delays. Send help!
5,000 years ago, the Giza Plateau was an active construction site. 3 massive geometric structures were calibrated, sending a faint blue pulse upward. The project was managed by an engineering team of 3, Zo-Rath, Mek-Sa, and Tel-Ren. They were tasked with building a coordinated, planet-wide energy relay that spanned 3 human generations. These structures were strictly utilitarian. The heavy stone casings were built to protect highly sensitive internal synchronization equipment, operating as temporary network relays. The original blueprint called for a complete dismantling once the primary grid was stable. Modern history reveres these as eternal masterpieces, though the designers conceived them as mundane, transient scaffolding. But the engineers had a severe logistical constraint. Communication between the 3 distinct sites required hand-carved stone tablets to be physically carried across the plateau. A single message took 3 days to deliver. During those 3-day windows, the local environment shifted. The rapidly expanding human population of early Egyptians began congregating around the active construction zones, treating the towering relay stations as sites for religious ceremonies. The dense human gatherings created a severe problem. The water and iron in their bodies blocked the localized energy paths, stabilizing the grid. Because status updates took 3 days, the engineering team could not reroute power fast enough. The interference outpaced their communication. The combination of archaic message delivery and unexpected local wildlife created a total project management bottleneck. The timeline began to slip, and the grid destabilized. The lagging communication meant that while Zo-Rath and Mek-Sa achieved their required frequencies, Tel-Ren fell completely out of phase with the synchronization deadline. The grid's technical threshold was absolute. If only 2 of the 3 nodes hit the activation threshold, the resulting feedback loop would trigger a catastrophic localized energy collapse, leveling the entire plateau. On the day of activation, Zo-Rath received a final 3-day-old stone tablet from Tel-Ren. It confirmed that the 3rd node would not reach the required frequency in time. The lead engineer processed the math. There was no way to pause the activation sequence, and no time to send a message to halt the other nodes. The looming catastrophe was the universal result of misaligned timelines and a disastrous breakdown in project management. To prevent the energy collapse, Zo-Rath made a drastic unilateral choice. The engineers deliberately shorted out the network, locking the pyramid's internal relays into a permanently dead, inert state. Executing this failsafe carried a massive cost. It required permanently fusing and abandoning the highly sensitive synchronization equipment buried deep within millions of tons of stone. The team had to pack up and leave the system behind. The raw, heavy casing remained, marring the natural landscape with the physical evidence of their failure. The unyielding permanence of the Great Pyramids is the direct physical result of an abandoned salvage operation. They were left intact simply because it was too dangerous to take them apart. Over the next several millennia, the original context vanished. The memory of the engineering team faded, while the massive stone casing stood immovable against the elements. Humanity expanded. New civilizations built lives, agriculture, and economies directly over the abandoned grid's footprints, dwarfed by the sheer mass of the structures. Eventually, modern archaeologists arrived. They began excavating the leftover infrastructure, digging through the surrounding trenches and clearing internal corridors to uncover the abandoned inner workings. Because time had stripped away the utilitarian truth of the site, only the monumental shell remained. This absence of context created a perfect vacuum for human myth-making. Modern observers look at the intricate internal tunnels, the precisely cut granite, and the remaining artifacts, and they search for grand, esoteric meaning in every measurement. They assign deep, mystical, and religious significance to the alignment of the shafts and the placement of the chambers. In reality, they are meticulously cataloging discarded alien networking equipment. There's a massive gap between the towering, sacred reverence human history grants the site today and the stressful, mismanaged final day of the engineers who left it there. Humanity's greatest architectural mystery studied by millions and revered for thousands of years, is simply a profound misunderstanding of someone else's bad day at work.
Hey everyone, if you're enjoying this, make sure to like and follow and hit subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching.